All right, folks, I'm going to jump right into it. I appreciate your coming on board. Let's begin. Okay, so episode 23 is The Pandemic Hits Nike. What we're going to be talking about is a serious subject here, and I'm just going to be going over my basic thought processes and reading what I actually looked up earlier, and just going to read it out to y'all while I have it on screen. If you have any questions or concerns, please make sure to hit me up. Instagram is on the screen, so you can hit me up and we can talk about the subject or any questions you may have. More than happy to answer them just based on the knowledge I know. As we know right now, it does look like, according to a new analysis from Panjiva, it does look like they may run out of Vietnamese-made sneakers, and they being Nike, due to a halt in production at three Vietnamese plants. And I do apologize, I'm not able to pronounce it properly, due to rising COVID-19 infections in the region's chain. So Vietnam is crucial to Nike's supply chain, as everyone knows. The products made in the country account for 49%. Okay, 49% of the U.S. seaborne imports linked to Nike and its products in the second quarter of 2021. Nike footwear imports from Vietnam were included in 82% of shipments in the 12 months to June, after climbing 28.8% in the second quarter of 2021 versus a year earlier. A statement from Nike given to Yahoo Finance, which is the information I got this from, says that the sportswear giant is committed to the well-being of its employees, and that the company believes that it can maneuver around the current supply chain challenges. The health and safety of our teammates, as well as that of our suppliers, remain our top priority. We continue to work with our suppliers and to support their efforts in response to the dynamic and unprecedented nature of COVID-19. I think in this situation here, it can be most frustrating because the best that anyone can do is really just at that point halt production, go home, do the whole quarantine, make sure everybody is safe, because that's what it's about. I can't stress this enough, but ladies, gentlemen, young men and women of all ages, whoever's watching right now, sneakers is not worth your life. You see what I have on the screen? Sneakers is not worth your life. Okay, and in my perception of it, my view of it here for Vietnam and the people that's out there, it's just good to just chill out. It's all good. Go home, get rest, get bed rest. Get your shots if you haven't already, and just try to get back to a normal part of life, because not everybody's going to be able to accept this virus the same way that other people may. Some people may be able to get it. They'll lose their sense of taste and smell, and a couple weeks later they're good to go. Other people, it may change their lives irrevocably, and that's the scary part about this pandemic, this disease. It's still here. Even though for the most part our life has gotten back to normal-ish, there's still a lot of things about it that we don't know to a certain degree, because it hasn't hit us just yet. Like we've looked at the news reports and things of that nature, but for the most part, we've been able to stay safe. A lot of us have, and some of us out there, it hasn't even touched our families' lives, let alone our own lives. But when it comes to something like this that's near and dear to my heart, which of course is just collecting sneakers, wearing sneakers, just being a sneaker enthusiast, sneakerhead, whatever you want to call it, it does make you stop and think, and make you think, what's more important, the sanctity of life or getting them hot shoes? And of course, the sanctity of life is more important, bar none. Right? So hopefully they're going to be able to make sure that everybody's well taken care of at Nike, or at least at the Vietnamese plants. Now, it continues to say, as we continue to navigate these circumstances, we expect our suppliers to prioritize the health and livelihoods of their employees and continue to comply with legal requirements and the Nike Code of Conduct on the provision of wages, benefits, and severance. We are confident in Nike's ability to navigate these near-term dynamics, and we remain prudent in our planning. On July 18, Vietnamese officials in the capital of Hanoi encouraged citizens to stay home for the start of the work week due to new pockets of infections. All non-essential services were also halted in the city, and indoor restaurants, gyms, and salons. It is a most unfortunate situation, because when you think back to it, you honestly think like I mentioned before, that things have started to go back to normal. So you're not thinking about something like this could occur, but the virus is still out there. They haven't found a cure for it yet. They've only done, they've done, inoculations and things of that nature. So it's better than nothing, right? But it's still not complete. It's not 100% effective for a lot of people. In some cases, at least here in America, can't speak for everywhere else in the world, but in some cases, people who've taken the inoculation shots have gotten worse, which is scary, because the whole purpose of you taking the shot, whether you're taking a 1-part shot or the 2-part shot, is just to stay healthy, just to be around a few more years, to be alive, honestly. And I don't want to get too morbid, but that's the purpose, right? So whenever you hear about somebody getting it, whether it's your family member, friends, loved ones, whatever the case, or just even in this situation here where the people at Nike and those factories out in that country is getting it by the droves, it's a reality shock, It's definitely a shock back to what it is, which is we have to be mindful. We have to stay safe. If there's certain times you feel like you shouldn't have to wear a mask or whatever the case, just think about this, And I'm sure Nike, no matter how you may feel about them or whatever the case, is not going to have their people out there struggling just to make shoes. They're not. They're going to, like they just said, they're going to shut down production. It's unfortunate. It's 49% of their, product, but at least from that building. But hey, they're going to be able to keep it moving, make it work until they can get back to regular production. I just feel like right now, the best thing to do, if you're the type of person who really cares about, other people who may not be in your family or friends, send a prayer out. Think about those people, just, to their families, to their friends, help them to recover even faster. I know some of y'all don't believe in prayer and things of that nature, but for the ones out there that do, there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all, That's why I just say it here on screen, because it is important, at least important to me, right? But right now, let's see what more information they say here. Everything else is really just analysis reports, but nothing really as far as what more they're going to do as far as bringing the building back up and running, or if they're going to keep it closed indefinitely or whatever the case. But if I hear more about it, I will definitely make sure to get it out to you folks here. But yeah, my final thoughts about it is just that anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. Anybody can catch this disease, catch this virus, and just be in a situation where it can affect their livelihood, their mental status, their physical status. And for the most part, the world came together for the most part and really tried to help everybody out as far as, getting the inoculation and getting the vaccines out there and trying to make sure everybody is taking the vaccine to be protected. But not everybody wants to take the vaccine, honestly, right? And because of that, you're more susceptible to actually get the virus, but that is your choice to do. It's not mandatory here in the United States. It's just the medicine's out there. Biden got it set up so the medicine's out there for anybody to take. And if you don't want it, then that's your choice, But it will hinder you in certain things, and it might hinder you in like traveling out of state, out of country, whatever the case. Right now that's not the case, but it could be. But I haven't really done a lot of research on that, so I don't want to speak on something that I haven't really read up on. But that was pretty much it for this tirade. I didn't really want to go too far into it. It was just something that was, I had heard about it from Sneaker Lover. He had originally mentioned it on Instagram, and when I saw it, I was just like, wow. And something like that, if it's really serious, and in this business where we are basically reviewing sneakers, it does hit us. Well, at least it should. We're all human at the end of the day, so we don't want anybody to be injured or in pain just to try to get the shoes that we're reviewing or putting on feet. Yeah, but that's going to be it for me. This is Tykisa's Tirade. I'm Tykisa, of course. If you have any questions, concerns, please make sure to hit me up on Instagram. More than happy to answer any concerns you may have. If you want to talk about the subject or just have me answer any questions about the shoes, whatever the case, If there's more information that comes up, I'll be more than happy to share it with you as it comes up, or as more stories develop, or whatever the case, and go from there. But for now, everyone, take care. Please stay safe as best as you can, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Jump off the stage like yeehaw.